All right, hi everyone. So I actually just got off the phone with, or off of Zoom with one of your classmates, and we were going over some things. So I thought I would do the same thing and share kind of what we talked about and what I went over with him, and walk you through the class. So we are going to start with content. Okay, so I'm underneath the content tab. And you can see everything on the left here. So the syllabus and resources, I'm sure you already found that. My little introduction video. And then everything is, week 1, week 2, all the way down to week 8. Each week, there are 2 folders, readings, videos, and resources, and work to complete. Okay, so these are videos, articles, PowerPoints, things like that that relate to the chapter. Some of those resources you might be able to use for your discussion with these questions here, but there's just, kind of additional information for you. And then the work to complete folder is the assignments that you have for the week. Okay. So this week you have 2 assignments. You have the one on Skinner, and then you have your discussion. I'll talk about discussions in a minute, but every discussion is set up the same way each time. So for this, you're going to open the link, and then it tells you here, click on archives, publications, and PDF articles. So we're on the link. So we're going to click on archives, and we're going to click on publications, and we're going to click on PDF articles. So you're going to choose one of these articles listed here to tell me about. Tell me what the research was about, what you learned from it, what the highlights are. So you're going to do that in PowerPoint. Okay, so you're going to put 7 to 10 slides together, and then you're going to record in PowerPoint. If you've never recorded in PowerPoint, here, this is for a different class, but you would, click on the Insert tab to record, and then you would click on Audio, and then you would click on Record Audio, click on this little red button, and you should be good to go. So you can do each slide that way, and then, once you're done recording, you'd hit OK, and then you can go to the next slide, or however you want, but that's, one way to do it in PowerPoint. So let's go back here. So that's the one assignment. And then, okay, so every discussion is basically, like I said, set up the same way. So each week, let's click on week 1, you have the learning objectives listed. So this week there's 25. There's varying amounts every week. You're going to choose one of these learning objectives to talk about in your discussion, but you can only talk about one that nobody else has talked about yet. So it's best to post early in the week so that you can pick what it is that you want to talk about, right? So that there's no overlap among your classmates. So you can use your textbook as a resource. You can use some of the information you find in readings, videos, and resources. You can find other things online. Just make sure it's a reputable source. Don't cite Wikipedia or anything like that when you're, telling us more about whichever objective you choose. Okay. So these are all the things, videos and things that relate to chapter 1. These are your assignments for chapter 1. You can see there's a couple of students, let me go up here, that already posted in the discussion this week. So thank you for that. And I sent them a little reply too. You click on discussion week 1 to post, and then you're going to click on start a new thread, and you can see how they listed the objective. So Kathleen wrote about, the first one, improving memory, and Victoria wrote on the second learning objective on Aristotle's views of association. So let's go back into the content. So those are the first 2, right? So that's what I want you guys to put in your heading, is just the objective that you pick, so that way, other students, when they're scrolling through to see what people have done, can see rather quickly what's been discussed already, so that they pick something else. And then you just do your post after that, okay? And so all of your references should be like this. They should be done in APA format, 6th, 7th edition, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not real picky on that, but you should cite your stuff in APA. So, like I said, every week is, set up the same way. So when we look at week 2, we're going to see all the learning objectives again. You're going to see the PowerPoint and all the information associated with this chapter. And then you have the discussion board, and then Flipgrid. So if you're not familiar with Flipgrid, Flipgrid is a kind of like it's kind of like another discussion platform, but it's a video based. So when you click on the assignment, you're going to click on this, and it's going to take you out to Flipgrid. Okay, and you're going to log in. So you should be able to log in with your Purdue account, or I think you can log in with like Hotmail or other Yahoo, Gmail, things like that too. So once you're in, it's hard for me to show you because I'm already in. Let me see if I hit join. Let's see if I can get in this way. Okay, so you just click on record a response. Okay. I'm on my laptop. All right, so use your microphone, use your camera, click allow, and then you would just, click on the record, and that's it. So it gives you a minute, 30 seconds to record your video. So what you're doing is you're building a brain model and talking about the different parts of the brain. So you're going to tell us like what the function is of each 10 parts that you talk about. Don't feel like you have to go spend a lot of money. Just find things around your house to build a brain model with. Um, I've had students do this a lot. It's usually a lot of fun watching. So you're going to explain the 10 parts, and then you're going to tell us what would happen if some of those parts were injured. You know? So it gives you some examples, like if the amygdala is injured, that's going to impact your emotional reactions to things. Um, if your frontal lobe or motor cortex is impacted, just reaching for a cup of coffee or picking up your car keys, grabbing your purse, that kind of thing is going to be impacted. So that's, what you're talking about. If you need a password for this, it's just Purdue, and then make sure the P, the N, and the W are all capitalized, but I'm not sure that it's going to ask you for that. So that's Flipgrid. So I think you have 2 Flipgrids throughout the semester. So that's how each week is set up. You have an exam week 4 and week 8. Those are not available for you to see yet, but they will be before we, get to week 4. You can see this is week 3, so there's chapter 3 and chapter 4 that you're covering. So there are a couple weeks where they overlap like that. You can see there's another Flipgrid here. This is a worksheet that you complete, and then your discussion. I'll send out some examples of the what this is if you don't remember, but hopefully you remember this from intro to science is what I was thinking of. So you're just going to read the scenario, and then you're identifying what the UCSs of the UCR, the CS and CR. Right? So with Pavlov's experiment with the salivating dog, that's probably the one you're most familiar with. The unconditioned stimulus for that would be the meat or the bone, the food that's presented to the dog. The response would be the salivating. The conditioned stimulus would be the bell, because we paired the meat with the bell, and then the conditioned response would also be the salivating. So that's like if that was the scenario, that's what you would fill in for each one of these. So you just read through each one and answer them, and then make up your own at the end. So that's all you do for that worksheet. So if you have questions along the way about anything else or any of the other assignments, don't hesitate to reach out. You probably have ways in which you do references and things like that, but I just want to show you one other thing. So we're going to open a Word document, a new one. This is, in my opinion, a faster way to do your references, especially if you're writing papers. Not so much in this class because you're just using the discussion board, but the nice thing is if you build your references in Word, Word also saves them. So whatever laptop, desktop, whatever you're working on, it saves it automatically. So we're under the Home tab right now. And when you click on references, you can click on insert citation and add new source. And you would put your reference information in just as if you were, doing this in like EasyBib or something like that, right? So you have well, I already have your book in here, so let me do another one. I'm just going to make up information here with my name. If we have multiple authors, we would click on edit. So we'll take book from your book. And Mark and A. We'll just do those 2. So however many authors you have, you would just keep adding until you have them all in there. And then we'll put learning and memory in here. And then we'll just put 2021. We'll say New York. I'm not sure if this was published in New York offhand, but this is Worth Publishers. That's some of your book information. So when we click on OK, we're going to get the in-text citation. Okay, so we're going to delete this for a minute. So when you're typing out a paper or even your discussion posts, sometimes it's better to do your discussions in Word, save the document in case something gets deleted or lost or whatever. It's always good to have a copy of things saved. So when you go up to, let's say you're typing out your paper and you need to do like an in-text citation like we saw in, I think it was Victoria's discussion that I opened. All you have to do instead of like shift parenthesis, type it all out, is just click on insert citation, click on the source that you need, and it pops it right in. If you're doing a direct quote and you need to add the page number, just click on the drop down menu, edit, and then add the page number, click OK, and it's going to update it for you. When you go into your full references, you go to bibliography, and with APA, it's always references. It's never bibliography, never books cited, always references. You just click on this, and it gives you your full reference for however many things you list. This is automatically, it says APA up here, it always defaults to APA. You can see there's MLA on here too, but for us, we're going to use APA. If you, let's say you go to do next week's discussion and you want to reuse the same source, right? You open a new document. We're going to go up to references, manage sources. This is everything that I've built on this computer. Everything is listed here. So we're going to look up block. So you can see this is the one I just put in. So we're going to copy that into this week's information. And then this is the actual posting from your book. So we'll copy that into a reference for your book. So now both of these things are in my new document. So when I go up to insert citation, I didn't have to put them in again. I just got to, pick on or manage sources, copy them over, and they're here. So you can use them again as you're writing. Bibliography, references, and there they are. So I won't say that this is, 100% accurate all the time, but it's pretty close. And this is still the 6th edition. At some point when Word updates, it'll move to the 7th edition. So if you have a teacher that's particular about 6th or 7th edition, you might have to make a few changes or tweaks. But I think this is fairly accurate for the most part. The other thing is, I don't think you have a big paper to write in here. I can't remember offhand without looking at the assignments. But if you're writing a paper, even if it's like a one-page paper, which I guess you'll do on a couple of assignments, you can, let me go back into Word. You can search the template here too. So when you go to open a new document, and you can see it pops up here because I've taken students through this so many times, but you would just search APA. And so this is going to give you the template. And so you can just create the template. And now you can just, oh no, I don't like that template. Let's go to the other template. Oh, I'm going to do it one more time. We're going to do this one, the 6th edition template. This one's easier to use. So this has your running header all set up. It has your title page all set up. It explains what an abstract is if you're doing an abstract for a paper. It has all your headings in position as needed. And then on the reference page too is here, it already has them in. So you can just go up to references, manage sources, click on it, click edit. You can put the right information in, or it's sometimes easier to just delete, and then, build your own, add new source, or copy them over if you've already got them built. Okay. And then when you're done, just click update and it'll update it for you, update your references for you. So it's pretty convenient, I think, to have the paper formatted. And if you've ever written a paper in APA, you know how frustrating this running header can be. So whatever the title is of your assignment, I know you have an assignment that Jennifer saw. I can't remember what you're doing with that assignment offhand, but whatever the title is of your assignment, that could be your running header. that could be your title too. So you can put your title in, you can put your name in. You just put Purdue University in here. You can delete the author's note. Um, you just click on it, highlight it, and click over to make it your own. My author's, I guess author's name should go there. So, your name, Purdue University. Then you can type out Northwestern University. So when we go down here to our first page, you can see our title came down like it's supposed to. And then just rename their headings, whatever it is you're talking about in your papers. So that's in Word. So hopefully that helps, save some time with citing things. Um, if you watched my Who is Dr. Manson, I have a lot of degrees, so I've written a lot of papers, and I didn't figure that whole APA thing out until doing like my second master's and my PhD, and I gotta tell you, it really saved a lot of time. References are so tedious, and doing those last because they're such, just kind of such a pain. But I started doing them first, so that as I'm writing my paper, I can just, click on it, pop it in, and keep going every time. So I thought that was pretty convenient. So that's just kind of a walkthrough of the class. So week 4, when you have your exam, you will see that added to, the whole work to complete here. So you'll see it, something else that you have to do. But I'll send out announcements here and there throughout the class, and you'll see me participate and kind of give additional information in the discussion boards here and there throughout the summer. But if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Don't hesitate to call me, text me, whatever it is you need to be able to get you through the class. Remember, I'm here to help, even though this is online and we don't meet. You can see me. I'm here, ready to be of assistance. So just reach out. All right. And you guys have a great evening. And I will maybe talk to you throughout the summer here. Take care. Bye bye.